The prophecy of the prince that was promised was a major talking point during the 8-season run of Game of Thrones, leading to questions regarding its resolution. Game of Thrones was adapted from George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, and the prophecy is undoubtedly more prominent in the novels than it is in the TV series. The HBO adaptation infamously glossed over many of the show's important details, particularly after Season 5 when they'd caught up with the novels and the TV writers were forced to continue the story without source material. With that in mind, theories regarding the prince that was promised were still prevalent during the TV series, as audiences often compounded book lore with TV facts to craft their conspiracies. While book readers are still waiting for the next novel, the Game of Thrones ending came and went, and there are still enormous, lingering questions regarding the prophecy. Now, the prequel TV series House of the Dragon explores it further, adding to the potential confusion. The prince that was promised prophecy explained. There's vague criteria established for the prophecy. The crucial details about the prophecy state that the prince that was promised will be a hero who comes forth to deliver the world from darkness, which presumably suggests the long winter or the coming of the White Walkers. A bleeding star is meant to announce the arrival of the prince, who is said to have a song known as the Song of Ice and Fire. Prophecies play a prevalent role in George R.R. Martin's universe, such as the Valonqar prophecy given to Cersei by Maggie the Frog or the vision seen by Daenerys in the House of the Undying. In the Game of Thrones TV series, the prophecy is scarcely mentioned, but various characters are still suspected to be the aforementioned hero. In the books, practically every character has had some sort of theory constructed surrounding the possibility of them being the prince. There are some criteria laid out for the prophecy that point to particular characters above others. The criteria are as follows. These criteria are vital, but there are other important tidbits to consider. The prophecy is translated from Valyrian, where the word prince has no gender, meaning it could be a man or woman. Another repeated line suggests that the dragon has 3 heads, which isn't distinctly connected to the prophecy but has led many to believe there are 3 prophesied heroes. This is supported by Daenerys having 3 dragons, who would need 2 other riders to mount them and protect Westeros from the darkness. It could be true in the books, but again, it was omitted from the show. Is the prince that was promised the same as Azor Ahai? Azor Ahai is a slightly different term, but they're often conflated. Azor Ahai Game of Thrones. Azor Ahai and the prince that was promised are often terms used to describe the same thing. Melisandre actively uses them interchangeably throughout the book series, but Azor Ahai has a slightly different connotation. The name Azor Ahai comes from the followers of R'hllor, the Lord of Light, such as Melisandre. Azor Ahai is spoken of in tales as a legendary hero who wields a burning sword called Lightbringer. It seems mostly likely that the prince that was promised is the reincarnation of Azor Ahai, creating a distinction between the two terms, though they are often conflated.